Hello guys, welcome back to our Bitcoin update here. Right now we're crashing down here. We're on the daily. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fourth daily candle. We're now in the red. So it does look like we need to find some bottom here. We can see as soon as Bitcoin failed to close above this median line, as we talked about. So this is the pitchfork we've been having for a long time. It goes all the way down here. So we spoke about how crucial this median line is here for us to get a close above. We can see the power of the algorithms. When the algorithms win the market, they usually get the final say. So the algorithms actually managed to sell here the exact top. We're looking at the modify shift here. As I said, I still believe it's possible for us to come up here to this target, but I do believe right now we're going to go to 60k to 60 to 61k, and I'll show you why. So we already have corrected quite deeply, and if we pull the pitchfork from the highs here to the lows and then to the recent highs here, and we look at the shift one. So as I said before, we need to first break below the 0.5 line here, which we have done, and right now price is so close to this median line at around 61,000. 60,000.9 depending when we reach it. I do think the most likely scenario is for us to come down here to this median line at around 61,000 before then we bounce higher. So ideally I would like to look for something like this. Once we come down here, see a bounce maybe sideways, before then we can build up momentum and then finally break the all-time highs, because I do believe in August or September we're gonna see all-time highs before then we make the top basically. So I do think the top can happen this year, but we need to start finding a bottom here for us to bounce. That doesn't mean we can't shop around here. I do still think we can shop around here for BTC before then we'll go lower. But overall the big support will be this median line here. Then of course we also have the original, which is our second target. So we could also come as low as 58,000, but I do think the shift one is going to be really strong support. So I doubt we'll go lower than that. If you come here on the 2 hour, as we mentioned in the previous video, we actually played out perfectly. We said from the highs here to the lows, we're looking for some kind of A, B, C pattern. The C wave has actually been lower than I thought, but I do think some kind of relief rally is on its way. But we can see here the power of the 0.31. So all you had to do was just short BTC the whole way down here, and you would have been fine. Easier said than done in hindsight, of course, but we can just see the power of the 0.31. All you need to do is take from the highs to the recent lows here. So we can see previously we drag here, we can see where did we, let's go on the 1 hour so you can see here. So where did we retrace to the 0.31? It's not a coincidence why I'm using this fib. We retraced down here, where did price bounce from 0.31? We came back here, we haven't reached yet. So this is just evidence how powerful this fib tool is, because there are big algorithms using these fibs, and especially when you have a strong downtrend like this, price likes to retrace up to the 0.31, then the algorithms sell back to the 0.31, then the algorithms sell, and will continue further down. So that's my outlook right now. I'll be looking to beat here at around 60,000. If we check the Ethereum chart, on Ethereum we're playing out this pattern that we spoke about earlier. So previously we said that this low, I said this is quite a substantial low, and we held this low for quite a few days, but it looks like Ethereum is going to come down and test the median line again. You have to be cautious that usually second touches of median lines are weaker. So basically the more times you test support, the weaker it gets. Something that I spoke about as well is, if we see here previously we had the similar patterns. If we draw the pitchfork like here and here, we can see here how we had bounces here. If we go away on the log scale, let me just remove the big one. So we can see here how we bounced here previously multiple times from this pitchfork. Here the next time we came down, we actually broke through it, and then we went to the original and bounced from the original. So that's why something we have to keep in mind, that it's not happening here as well. So if we take from the highs here to the lows, to the recent highs, so this could be something similar. We bounce once, we come here, we might give a small bounce again, then we break down, go down to the original, and that's going to be a big bottom before then we'll go higher, because that's exactly what happened previously here, and we cut the lows before we went up. So we could see something like this on Ethereum, just something to be cautious. That's why I'm choosing not to enter any longs here on Ethereum. The longs I had opened here, I have now closed at break even. Took just some small profits on the way up, but overall I'm looking to catch the macro low before then Ethereum is going to continue its final fifth wave. Let me just add the pitchfork here. Let's see where we have it. Can try it again, because Ethereum we're still very bullish on, but we need to break out of this sideways pattern. And I do believe now in the summer the price action has been really slow. We have gotten some impulsive moves up and down, but overall we are in sideways range. So we're still waiting for Ethereum to come up here to 5,000. Probably more likely towards the end of the year, like September, October, November, December, somewhere like that, we're gonna probably see the top. But for now, we have to remember we're still in this sideways action, so we have to be cautious by trading it. So unless we get any touch of the original pitchfork, I'll be just waiting on the sidelines. So what I'm looking at is that will come down here, which is probably gonna be very hard to do, but if we come down here, that's what I'll be willing to bid. Lastly, I want to cover here WIF, because I was talking about in my Telegram, in my Discord, for the WIF trade. So we're using the highs up here to the lows and to the recent highs, and we're using the shift one. And right now on the shift one, we're broken through it. We need to get a daily close above to still be bullish. Something that I did realize now is if we use this high here instead, so if we just pull the pitchfork for this high, we can see WIF is right now sitting as support. So we can expect a bounce here for WIF. It looks like, especially if we come here on the 4 hour, how the candle reacted perfectly, and we have quite a few red candles in a row. So I do believe we're due for a short squeeze. But remember, guys, overall the direction for Bitcoin is down, so because we have the pitchfork here, the direction is down. So I'll be careful entering any big longs here, because even if we get a bounce here on WIF, let's say, we can still come down and break this pitchfork. I'm not calling for a macro low here on WIF. Even though I'm bullish, I do think WIF will go higher in general, but we have to be careful since Bitcoin looks like it wants to go lower. These median lines usually act as magnets. Just something to keep in mind. We can also see the commodities are down today. Even oil price went down, and also if we check the S&P, so basically the stock market crashed at the same time as Bitcoin. So we can see the stock market also just had this major crash, which pulled down the entire crypto market. We can see the stock market is also right now at support. So lastly, I wanted to cover was the dollar index. Dollar index also looking strong here, which is also not a good sign for crypto, but we're still expecting for the dollar to move to the downside. Once we get the move to the downside for the dollar, that's going to be bullish overall for crypto. And that's when Bitcoin can finally break out of this range that we're having here, and we can make an all-time high. But for now, we have to be cautious here. We're just trying to catch the lows before then we get the impulse to the upside, and we can make the final push higher. Otherwise, I thank so much for watching the videos. If you have any questions, just leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow.